Hey guys, it's Dan from the Bump Boys here, as today I will be breaking down Friday Night Smackdown from June 24th. As you can see, Will and Joe, let's just say me and Joe will decide to do separate reviews this week to try to change it up. So, let's see how this goes. Hey, let's get into this.
Kurt Angle make your ankle snap. Three amigos like Eddie, but don't lie, you steal. Only cheat when we got it, but to win we will. Mike skills like Dusty, but go hard like Brock. I'm a stunner like Austin, dropping elbows like Mach. Y'all don't wanna see the finish, cause it's us on top. 1, 2, 3, get the V and get a warrior pop. Yo!
Drew started off the show. Drew kicked off SmackDown, talking about how his goal to laying the path to the Universal title. How he plans on cashing in that Money in the Bank no matter what, who wins, Brock or Roman, because they're going to get a Claymore right after the match. Right after the match. They're going to get a freaking Claymore. So, yeah. Sheamus comes out, says, I've had a chance. I've been Mr. Money in the Bank before, and I cashed in on Roman Reigns. Sheamus came out, was like, yeah. Match of the year. So, so them two were like, okay. And how McIntyre also brought up how Brock Lesnar was gifted a championship opportunity. Sheamus basked the newest recruit for the University of Texas as they were in Austin, as the son of Cooper Manning, Arch Manning, just joined them. Adam Pearce came out with Paul Heyman, basically saying that Sheamus, Drew, you were removed. You have to fight tonight, Jimmy and Jey Uso, to get your shot back into the main event of SmackDown. You have to fight your way back in. So, let's see. Next segment, we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn for Money in the Bank qualifier match. This was a really good match. Zayn and Nakamura have great chemistry. Sami picks up the win. Remember, this is nowhere near their... Remember, these two put on an NXT Classic from 2016 down in Texas to welcome Shinsuke into the WWE Universe. Great match. Nothing compares to that match, but this still was match good. They have great, incredible chemistry, especially with them being former managers. So, Sami talked to Caleb Braxton after match. He had a great quote saying, "I'm not going to cash in on Roman Reigns. I'm doing this to protect him." So he said he would not betray his tribal chief, as he is an honorary member of the tribe, of the bloodline. So, and let's get into the next match. We had New Day versus Shanky in a dance-off. So, Xavier Woods came out saying we don't want any more business. We're tired of match after match with Jinder. We just want to see Shanky dance. And then McAfee's like, I'm glad we didn't get a rematch. Got this instead. So, then something happens. The Viking Raiders returned, and looking a little heel turn, and as Eric and Ivar clear the ring of the New Day and Jinder Mahal. Great. I think this is going to be great for the Viking Raiders to have them turn heel. Should be perfect for them. So, should be interesting. Let's see what happens next. And then we got a backstage segment with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce. Sonya Deville's complaining. You put Lacey Evans in the Money in the Bank qualifier. You put Raquel Rodriguez into the Money in the Bank qualifier only after 3 matches on SmackDown. She's like, where's my Money in the Bank qualifier? Where's my Money in the Bank qualifying match? So, she broke it down. She was like, okay, let's do this. So, I think eh. So Adam's like, hey, okay, Sonya, you want a match? Lacey Evans and Raquel Gonzalez versus Sonya Deville in a handicap match. Oh shit! Here you go. There you go. There you go, Sonya. Don't complain to the boss. So, this was a quick match. The primary, Adam Marie fought the two babyfaces who were both qualified. Ultimately scored the win by the way of Evans' women's right. So, yep. So, Evans won with the women's right. After the match, jumped the babyface who stood tall to close out the segment. And then after the match, Xia Li and Shayna Baszler jumped the barricade in. Came back and attacked all the babyfaces, clearing the ring as the three heels stood tall. Good. Oh, speaking of Rousey, #1 contender to, as Natalya came out mocking her. This was so bad. Like, oh my god. The closest you ever. And then Ronda's like, the closest thing to Natalya to you ever be a main eventing is you dressing up as me. I thought that was kind of funny. Basically insulting her family. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, next we had Intercontinental title match between Ricochet versus Gunther. Gunther coming out looking tall, looking lean. So, there's this great wicked clothesline that turned Ricochet inside out that the babyface sold perfectly. Hey. So, Gunther picked up the win after Gunther hit his finisher. Gotta remind myself. So, we'll see what happens. And then next, we had another Money in the Bank qualifying match between Tamina and Shotzi. Yes, Tamina, who was subbed in for Aaliyah. Very, very, very sloppy match. I thought this match could have been a lot better. Shotzi looked very sloppy, so just Sachi playing the heel, sent her into the ring post, followed by a DDT, picked up the win. 1, 2, 3. Shotzi looked very strong. I feel like Aaliyah and Shotzi would have had a banger if they had a shot. So, oh well. So, we'll see what happens. So, next, we had Pat McAfee laying out the gauntlet for Happy Corbin, saying he wants him end of July, Nashville, Tennessee, SummerSlam. McAfee versus Corbin. Yep, we're doing that again. Pat, let's run it back. And Corbin is such a great foul for him. Such a great heel. Like, he can work off it. He can go on his show and mess with him. He's kind of like this Adam Cole McAfee feud, if you haven't seen that, when Cole went on McAfee's show and started yelling at him. Great. I think this could work by having Corbin go on it. It should be great. I think it should be a great challenge backstage. And then he had a Max Dupree. So, like, he's complaining that they're not getting their accommodations for dressing rooms. He promised they will debut next week. The Maximum Male Model. So, we need to see what that is. And then finally, the main event. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus Jimmy and Jey Uso for a shot at Money in the Bank. Can McIntyre and Sheamus, two better rivals, coexist for them to get into this Money in the Bank qualifying match? So, great match. Jimmy and Jey workhorses while Roman's been on his little vacation and deserving a rest. They've been the unsung heroes running the torch on both Raw and SmackDown. But very great match. Match as mid-match. And Sheamus does a great job being both heel and face. Like, he did great playing a face in this match. Also, How can you have him as McIntyre and Sheamus pick up the 1, 2, 3? See, so this has been an okay match. SmackDown, I get it's like maybe 7.5. So I thought this was a really good SmackDown. I think they did a great job. You had some funny stuff like the Shanky dancing, which I like. Which, okay, maybe I'm a little weird, but it's cool. So this has been Dan from the Bump Boys. Peace.
Must bid you adieu, a goodbye, mwah, and good night.
Oh my God, it's so great.
Bang!